So congratulations, you've secured an interview from your CV. Absolutely brilliant. Now you've got to get ready for that interview. Did you know there's a high percentage of job seekers that don't prepare properly for interviews? And if you do, you'll come across as less nervous, come across more professionally and confident, and increase your probability of securing the job that you want. Now, I've made this video to cover the top 5 most commonly asked questions at interview. And because it's a video, I can only really cover them briefly. So I've put together a much more detailed guide to accompany this video. So if you'd like a copy with some examples of how best to answer these questions, drop me a line and I'll be happy to send you a copy. Now, before I go through the questions, I just want to share with you a secret magic formula. This is to get you off on the right track, and this needs to be how you think with every response that you give. The employer is purely looking at what you will do for them, and you need to give them what they want. It is that simple. That means the research that you do in relation to the company, the culture, the job, the experience, the skills that are required for that job is absolutely critical to ensure that you can tailor your response to meet the needs of that hirer. So let's start with the first question. Tell me about yourself. So the answer you give to this question will dictate the interviewer's first impression of you and will also set the tone for the rest of the interview. So no pressure. So I'm going to suggest that there are 3 components to consider to help you with constructing your answer. The first one is who you are. The first sentence should be an introduction to you, who you are professionally, that shows off your strengths and personality. The second component is highlighting your expertise. So don't ever assume that the employer has read your CV from front to back. Use this opportunity to highlight between 2 to 4 points that make you stand out. The third and final component is why you are here. So end by telling them why you are keen to be considered for the position. The next question is, what do you think are your strengths? So you want to show the interviewer that you are perfect for their job. And the trick is to tailor your response and make sure your answer is honest and truthful and accurate. So on my guide, I've listed some example strengths that you can reference and refer to against your own and that of what the company is looking for. And also some great examples of how you can construct your answer as well. The key thing is that you need to back up what you're saying with specific examples of where you've demonstrated your strengths so that it will ensure that your answer is powerful and compelling. So no surprise with the next question. What do you think are your weaknesses? Firstly, view your weaknesses as an area that you would like to improve upon. They are asking you this question not so much for your answer, but how you answer it. Knowing this is your secret to turning this question into an opportunity to really showcase yourself as a perfect person for the job. So to get you started, think about times where you've had trouble in the past. Did you learn from the experience? Have you grown as a person? Have you struggled in the past to take criticism without being defensive or delegate tasks because you want to be in control? Now take these things and think about, are you fixing them? And take a good look at the job you are applying for so you can tailor your answer to suit the needs of the hiring person. As previously mentioned, I've got some good examples of this answer to this question on my notes. The fourth example is, why should I consider hiring you? So in other words, what makes you the best fit for my organisation? Remember, employers are looking for people to solve problems, whether it's boosting sales, streamlining processes, building a brand through delivering exceptional service. Your goal is to show that you are the perfect person to solve their problem. The key thing with answering this question is that you review the job description and the skills that are required for the role, which includes personality traits and qualifications as well, and start to make a list of your qualities that fit those requirements. And also, as I previously mentioned, think of a specific time where you've demonstrated that trait to achieve something at work. The fifth and final most commonly asked question is, can you give me an example of when you've had to cope with a difficult situation? Now, hiring managers absolutely love this question, and particularly they love it in relation to conflict. So to prepare your answer, I've got a formula or a structure you can use, which is a STAR structure, and this will help you put together your answer. So what does STAR stand for? So the S in the T is situation and task. So briefly describe the context for the conflict that arose and provide enough background information to set the scene. The A stands for approach. So talk about the key actions that you took. In the case of a conflict story, the focus should be on how you resolve the disagreement in a professional and productive way. And the R is result. So every good interview story needs a happy ending. So end your response with a description of the positive outcome of your action. Remember, an interview is a dialogue, not a monologue. It's a conversation with two or more people that enable relationships and rapport to be formed. Your answers should be concise, well prepared, specific and relevant to the company and the job you're applying for. Good luck.